I'm happy that it is a better start than last season was. Last season in Chicago, we came away with nothing. This season, we come away with 3 points. But whenever I'm here fighting at home, I feel a little, it's not pressure, but it's just, I know a lot of people come here to watch and they come to see me, and I want to do something spectacular for them that they'll remember and that they'll talk about for a long time. And not being able to get it finished, I'm hard on myself, so that's going to eat at me a little bit. But
Chris, so throughout the fight, I see that you were going to take down throughout and your pace. Like I see the entire throughout the beginning, at the end of the first round, and throughout the fight, that you're still hanging on. Do you felt like you could have managed your your energy more within this fight?
yeah, I told my corners I wasted. I just threw away a ton of juice trying to take him down off the cage early on, thinking that I would just kind of ragdoll him down, and I wasn't able to get him to leave his feet, especially early on, and it just wasn't a smart tactic for me. It wound up, he started pushing my head away quite a bit, creating a lot of separation. I was fighting myself in way more than I should have. I should have just broke loose, went back to striking. Stubbornness, sometimes the wrestler in me, I get like, oh yeah, I can't take you down. I can take you down here, and I wind up having to go back to shots. Yeah, like you can't waste energy like that in a fight. I would have been so much better off just standing and striking and not even trying to put him on the cage. It was just a big mistake, and luckily I didn't pay for it with a loss.
In your camp, you guys like focus on jiu-jitsu a lot? Because I see your opponent was throwing a lot of submissions for your opponent has just gone already.
Yeah, we knew. I mean, he does that snake thing. He's got like how many submissions? I don't know, 7 in a row or something like that. We knew he was going to be really crafty and be able to sink chokes left and right. So I had people on my back like the whole camp. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily worried about that part of things, but in the beginning, that's what led me to stay upright more with him, was not wanting to shoot underneath and get into those choke scenarios. So I just regret it, because every shot I took after that, I scored a takedown, and I would have wasted so much less juice. Just stick to what works, you know.
Towards the end of that fight, how close was that choke to that?
That's as close as it gets to finishing a choke when you're in a bout. I thought on a few different occasions he was gonna just tap me or tap the mat. It felt like he was going to at one point, and then I guess he was just readjusting and trying to pull me off of him. But he had his chin tucked a little bit. I give him credit, because I must have been squeezing his head off, and he was eating it. He just had no quit, and he was really amped up for the fight. And I thought I'd get the 4 points there. I really thought I was going to get the finish and be able to give the fans something to roar about. But it's hard in the third when you guys are sweating like that, and you need to be just a little sharper positionally.
You mentioned fans fighting at home. You had a pretty open crowd. Can you hear that during the fight?
Oh yeah, I can hear it. I mean, even before the fight, I'm looking left and right, like everywhere I look, I know somebody, and they're like making eye contact with me, starting to get crazy. It's amping me up. So I really think that on a night like tonight, where I didn't feel like I had necessarily everything that I have on one of my best nights, that they kind of willed me through what was a really tough fight with a guy that was relatively unknown to me, that was really game for the fight. I didn't get to see very much on him, but just having that energy in the building, knowing my family's here, my friends are here, and I can't let them down. That just made me like, I'm not quitting. I'm winning this fight, 100%. So it was probably the difference maker, I would say.
But you showed a lot of success on the feet. What made you go to the ground?
In the beginning, yeah, I felt like I was just totally dominating, doing whatever it was I want, but he started to get more and more desperate, and I could almost like hear the punches whizzing past. I heard his corner saying, like, you need to finish, because he knew he probably lost the first 2 rounds. So rather than just take haymakers for the whole 3rd round, I figured, let's break him, let's get a takedown, and I did get his back. I did sink the choke. It just was a matter of execution. I have to be just a little sharper in those series. So that's where my head was at. Was like everything he was throwing and later in the fight was with desperation, and when you throw that hard, that desperately, it just like it opens you up so much to the takedown that if you don't take it, it's like fighting myself as a wrestler to not take it, because he's falling forward through and past overhands with his left hand, and they're just right there for the taking. So it's almost like you can't help yourself, basically.
Hey, Chris, what's your thought process, man, when you're making that walk down the ramp? You know, it did look like an angry Chris when I saw you walking down there.
Yeah, I put myself in a different mindset right before there's like levels to it. You can't get that way too early, or you kind of use it up, if that makes sense. You can't sustain that, so you have to kind of time it just right. So you go through your warm-up and you kind of let that build, and then you know, whoever in here that's fought before, you know, you make that walk down the tunnel and you see your opponent in front of you, and they're starting to give him encouragement, and you feed off of it. You know, you're like, nah, you're getting crushed, and they start playing your music. You see your people, and it just ramps you up.
Were you able to catch Ethan Schultz fight tonight?
I was not able to catch one fight. They told me from the other interview what happened, what he did, and I could have told you that's what was going to happen prior to the bout. I mean, you know, he took his back and choked him, right? Yeah. So, I mean, no shock there. I expected that, and I expected 6. I'm just mad I didn't keep pace tonight.
Anything you're gonna work on in camp going into your next fight? Improve on and like positive takes from the fight?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like, just not being stubborn, break out of those clinches way quicker, because sometimes there's nothing there. The only thing I was really landing was some dirty boxing with my right hand. They were hitting it clean, but I mean, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to put somebody away. So it's just worth it to make some space where you can hurt somebody. So I'll spend some time there, because that frustrated me. And then I'm going to spend some time in that back take series, because I feel like if I have 2 hooks in and I get around your neck, I should finish those 10 times out of 10. So those 2 things, absolutely.
Couple questions here. When are you going to start training again for your next fight?
You want to roll tomorrow?
Yep. And when are you coming on the Menace the Man show?
At my beach house? After
Yeah.
Presidente?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I will choke you.
That's the second question.
And when are you coming on the Menace the Man show?
When's the next episode?
Whenever you want to do it.
After your
I'm
week
going
in,
away.
and yeah.
And when I
All
come
right.
back, if you guys get beer,
I noticed Haley was in the crowd tonight, your daughter. Was this her first fight?
First fight, yeah. Was she awake? And
Oh my God, she was super excited.
Was she?
After you won her celebration, she started running up to everyone in the Chris Wade shirt.
Really? Or
Yeah.
that's what I mean?
No, I'm being dead
Oh,
serious.
that's awesome.
She tried to attack me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, really, tonight, you know how it is, man. Like,
Yeah.
some nights you feel like you're just like a little bit off, and that kind of happened to me last year in Chicago. Like, I got to knock a little of that ring rust off, and like knowing she's at her first fight with her dad, and that, you know, you guys are all here, like, it helps you. It helps you just be tough enough to get through that 15 minutes.
Is tonight going to be a big motivator for your next fight, not getting that finish?
Absolutely. I mean, we're really, really self-critical at our gym, and anytime we don't have like everything we want, I think we beat ourselves up. So, aside from getting 3 points, as opposed to last year getting no points, there's so many things that I just want to like bang my forehead against the wall over, but that'll go away in time, and we'll regroup and we'll do it a smart way.
Is it your goal almost every time you're at the Coliseum to put on a match with performance? Because you had the flying knee last year and you had this epic duel this year. Are you just trying to outdo yourself every single time you're home for your fans and family?
Yeah, I think that sometimes, like I said, I'm not gonna call it pressure because I don't really care about that kind of stuff. It doesn't really bother me how whatever the moment is, but I have expectations for myself, and I know what I'm capable of. So yeah, every time I'm here, I want to do something from an athletic standpoint that you guys are like, whoa, we don't usually see that, and yeah, I need more of that.
Last question, guys.
Are you concerned about any other fighters, or are you just worried about what Chris Wade has to do looking forward?
Lightweights? I don't even know what happened tonight, to tell you the truth. So I don't know who won, who lost, except for you guys telling me about Natan, and I couldn't turn to that. So I'm gonna have to go back and honestly look and see what the board even looks like seating wise, and then start figuring it out from there. Thanks, guys.